my marriage, I had a realization that my husband supports me in ways that I absolutely don't support him. When I was struggling or having a hard time, he never worried about how much more that would put on him. He only worried about getting me well and getting me better. He grew up in a we family, and that came so easy and natural to him. I grew up in a me family, and that was something that went against the fairness that we always fought for. He didn't care if he was doing 80% and I was only doing 20. He didn't care how long that lasted either. When he gave solutions that were to benefit me, not necessarily to benefit him. And I really struggled with learning how to do that. I constantly worried about being taken advantage of and things not being fair. I waited for resentment to build so that he can throw it in my face later, but he never did. He genuinely never ever seemed upset when I couldn't hold up my end of the bargain. But the me family in me was always fearful that this was always going to come back and become a big problem later, until it really didn't. And then I realized that he's showing up for me because that's what I need in the moment, and I have to learn how to show up for him for what he needs in the moment. I had to learn that a we family was adaptable and responsive. They cared about one another so much they didn't care if it was temporarily uneven. It was very uncomfortable and it went against my nature, but I had to figure out how to do it so that I could show up and support him the same way he had showed up and supported me multiple times.
I think men have it so much harder. Like women, you're 18, you're beautiful, you could be on a yacht tomorrow. You're gonna put down $1.
Yeah.
In order for a guy at 18 to be on a yacht, you better know somebody who knows somebody, or you better own the yacht.
Yeah.
A man has to earn their value.
Yeah.
Based off what they can provide to society. Us women, we don't really gotta provide much but a pretty face and being young and pure. Like, I'd choose to be a woman 10 times over. I would never want to be a man. It's hard. Y'all jobs is hard. The weight that y'all carry is hard. I'm not saying that a woman doesn't have stress, but I'm just saying it's a lot easier to cook and clean than it is to go run an oil rig.
This video on IG by mistake, and shout out to her. Sound like she's still within our marriage. Women think, I say this all the time, women think we think like them. No matter what you show them, and it's not even about she coming from an I family. That has a lot to do with it. I'm not saying her truth ain't her truth, but women think men think like them. Because if a woman was in that position and she doing 80% of the work and he only doing 20%, she's leaving him. If a woman is in a position and a man is doing what she's doing everything she's supposed to do, and a woman can't do what she's supposed to do right now for whatever reason it is, she's leaving him. That's their mentality. You don't even get 2 weeks not to do what you're supposed to do as a man, 30 days to do what you're not supposed to do as a man. Even if it was by accident or something happened. You don't even get that from the average American woman. Soon as you stop doing what you're supposed to do, they're gone. It's hard to find somebody who really got your back. And unfortunately, a lot of the women in her life and in your life is going to agree and sympathize with her. It's wild, right? Hit the link in the description, join the Patreon, hype the video, share it. That's wild. But they think we think, she was like, they think we think like them. We don't. Because regardless if you in our life or not in our life, we got to find a way. That's how we program. We got to find a way. And I'm going to pair this with another video where the woman was saying it's so hard being a man. That's what women don't understand. We so used to obstacles coming. We try to predict obstacles coming. And when we get hit with obstacles we don't see coming, we're more disappointed at ourselves for not seeing it coming than the actual obstacle. That's our accountability, because we don't have homeless shelters to help us out. We can't borrow money from this person and that money that time. We fall off, we got to be homeless, or we got to figure that shit out. You know, there's a lot of guys that lived in their car until they figured it out. Lived in a hotel until they had to recover, until they figured it out. So regardless, whatever life throws at us as men, we got to figure it out. So regardless, if you another obstacle in my life and I'm claiming you, hey, guess what? We got to figure it out. Men are solution based, because there ain't no help really coming. If we get help and somebody just tend to help us as men throughout life and major things, bro, that's just icing on the cake. But that's never expected, bro. That's never expected. Women always expect for somebody to help. See, women can jump on the phone line and get the light bill extended another 60 days. You know, oh yeah. Or complain about this and it get fixed. Us as men, we complain about something, people don't care, especially when you're a black man. You make a complaint, People don't care. People don't sympathize. People feel like you don't feel. Any man, they don't feel like you, oh, you'll figure it out or you can get it. We don't care. You a single man with a house full of 3 kids and 3 daughters. You're a man. You don't need help. You don't need, financial assistance. You don't need this program. This program is for women. You're a man. You don't get that help. You don't get a homeless shelter. You don't say, hey, man, I grew up, my mom was a crackhead in my day. Nobody gives a hell. Nobody cares. They like, you a man, figure it out. So women got to understand we come from trench work. We come from trench work. Like, we've been out the trenches, bro. When you make that transition, for like when you 12 or 11, 12 or 12 turning to 13, nigga, go get a job. Stop asking you money. Go cut some grass. Go figure it out. They still teach you totally different when you 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They teach you totally different. They treat you totally different. When you turn that 12, 13, that's age, bro, nigga, man, who this nigga laying on the couch? It's your son. So we come from real trench work. And it only becomes a problem when you're dragging us down for an extended period. Now you become a hindrance. Now we financially taking losses. We morally taking losses. We spiritually taking losses because you can't get right. You keep failing and failing and failing and failing and failing and failing and failing again. And we can't get right because you're holding the family back. You're becoming an extended, issue. And that way I have to remove you. I have to remove you from my life. But most men are willing to work. When a guy check out, or let's say, something happened, where you ain't getting it together, he ain't attracted to you no more, you ain't putting out, or whatever the situation may be, a guy gonna think long and hard and take a long time before he step out on you or he consider divorcing you. He would rather fix it or be a solution, but you got to be an extended bum ass loser woman to really get a guy from that point. Especially if you ain't did no infidelity or nothing like that. But if you or a gambling problem or just, like, a guy gonna sit you down and say, this is what it's gonna be. This is what I need you to do. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't do it within a nice time frame, a dude might give you 2-3 years, and you don't do it, nigga gone. He told you. But we not doing this because to hang something over your head and throw it up. Men don't do that, bro. For a dude to do that, bro, to just another person that's not his woman, you gotta be bro, you gotta be like, motherfucker might be like, hey, let me hold a 500. He's like, bro, you gotta be like, I just let you hold a 500. 2 weeks ago, you still ain't gave me my 500 back. Like, I'm always doing this shit for you. But when I ask you to do this, do that, and you can't do that for me, or you might have that conversation with your kids. The only time you call me is when you want something. But with your woman, you know what I'm saying? You only how you really gonna throw it in the woman's face if she say, you ain't do this, you ain't doing that, you need to do this, and you just thinking like, hey, yo, I did all of this, and you said I ain't do nothing for you. I did all of this, and you say I need to do more, and you ain't doing more. You ain't doing what you supposed to do, or what you doing is the bare minimum. Get the French toast out of my face. That's the time you got to put them in their place. Or another nigga do it for, well, shit, go find another nigga that's going to do that. When women start speaking like that, that's the time where you but we not doing something to say we hold one over your head. It ain't got nothing to do what type of family he came from, what type of family she came from. We don't operate like that. Even with our homeboys, we don't do things to say we got one up on you. When you in the friend circle, we don't do that, bro. Here, don't even worry about it, bro. If you can pay it back, pay it back. If you say you're gonna pay it back, pay it back. But if you ain't gonna pay it back, don't worry about it. We don't operate, we'll keep score. We don't operate that only when motherfuckers get ungrateful. But women, that just let you know how she operated. If she was doing all this and the roles were reversed, she would have been left him. That just lets you know men really love. And if you were doing what you're supposed to do, y'all marriage, y'all financial union, everything would be going to a different level. But it take them so long to understand understand this shit. You will marry a motherfucker. You will fuck a dude. You will let him bust all in your sweet watery guts. Shout out to Steph is so cold. You will slay where you'll do all these things with a man, but you won't really trust him. You won't really trust in his character that he ain't doing that. Just to say he got one up on you, bro. We don't operate like that, bro. That lets you know how women, even on this on a relationship side of things, and even when they try to analyze our friendship, our male friendships, they have no clue how we operate. They have no clue how we operate. They have no absolute clue how we operate as men. And it's crazy, bro. They are still in the dark ages. We do it because we love you. We do it because you in our pack. We do it because we solid. We do it because that's what friends do. That's what husband, wives, boyfriends do. It have been some chicks that I didn't kick the with and they be like, hey, y'all need, could you do this? And it ain't my girl. I'm still gonna look out for you because shit, I'll let you in my home. We cool. This homegirls that I didn't went out with and I ain't even crack. And I still look out for them, you know what I mean? So that's all I be saying, bro, in general, bro. Like they that lets you know how selfish their mindset is. Most women ain't willing to sacrifice, they ain't willing to build with you. You know what I'm saying? None of that. I was still looking for him to throw it in my face. That's not what we do. We only gonna throw it in your face if you an ungrateful piece of shit. Simple as that. That they just don't really understand how we operate, bro. And that's crazy, bro. They don't understand we love. When we make that commitment, we in it. We just need you to meet us a little bit ways there and we're going to pull you up. We ain't here to pin you down or hold you, but a woman will fight. They will drive themselves crazy, think, oh, he going to do this and he going to do, nah, that's just how they think. They going to fuck you over. The minute they get in a position of power, they want to crush a man. That's why they money don't matter, bro. How much they money don't matter because you still got to front everything. Because they say if I front everything, I'm not going to be loyal. I'm not going to be faithful. He ain't going to be able to trust me. I'm going to get rid of him when I feel. That's just how they operate and how they wired. That's why Patrice O'Neal said you got to be better than your woman. And a lot of they women don't understand how hard men have it, bro. All that screaming and getting help, we don't get that. All these different grants and funding and all this welfare, we don't get that shit for real. Even single fathers out here, they just got to figure it out. But hey, hit the link in the description, join the Patreon.